Now today my subject is women pianists. Now I make that point for the very simple reason when I last did a piano feature, which you seem to enjoy, there were no women in it. Now I can assure you there was no reason for that other than the fact that the pile of CDs I had nearest to me didn't have any women, but some of my most prized recordings of piano music are by women pianists, really great artists. And I have a selection of very, very varied performers for you today, starting with Eileen Joyce, the Australian pianist just recently celebrated by Australian Eloquence, the CD label, and her recordings have been gathered together in a fairly substantial box. Lots of different repertoire. She had an enormous repertoire, very, very glamorous figure on stage, but she took some music into the studio and made some pretty remarkable recordings, including the Rhapsody by Dochnani that I'm going to play you now. She recorded it on 2 occasions, once on a 78 and then for LP for the Saga label, and it's a little bit of that I'll play you now. Eileen Joyce playing Dochnani. Well, another Eloquence collection is devoted to recordings by Moura Lympany, her Decca recordings. Now, there's some great things here. She recorded the Khachaturian Concerto on 2 occasions. She actually gave the premiere, the British premiere, I should say, of that concerto, and 2 complete sets of the Rachmaninoff preludes, one from the 1940s, from 78s, one from the 1950s from LP, and I think I slightly prefer the later one. It's a little bit more subtle, a little bit more expressive, a little freer in the way that Lympany plays. I'm going to play you the 5th piece from the Opus 32 set of preludes, which I think is particularly beautiful. Part of the prelude, Opus 32, number 5 by Rachmaninoff, played by Moura Lympany. Well, I'm going to end this little selection with another pianist who is fortunately still with us, but has been obliged to retire from playing because of her back in her particular case, and that's Cécile Ousset. Now, she made a very famous recording of the Brahms B-flat concerto with Kurt Masur conducting, but a set has just come out, again on Eloquence. There's no promotion going on here, I promise you. They're just coincidentally, these have all come out in the last few months, are devoted to Ousset's recordings for the French Decca label. Beethoven's Variations Complete, absolutely marvellous, including a very fine Diabelli variations, and some French music. And I'd like to close with the Bourrée Fantasque by Chabrier, which she plays with tremendous vivaciousness, terrific technique, great sense of colour, and I think it's the ideal finale for anything, certainly for this little YouTube. And again, I wish you a very happy new year.